Hello everyone, my name is Ravi Desai and today I'm gonna take the IT 603 Information Management final and I have 7 tasks on the exam which I'll solve right now. So for the first question I've got on the MySQL command line display the system date and ID of the user who is logged in. So first of all we'll have to open the MySQL command line. Now we'll simply log in, entering the password. So we logged in and now we'll show the current date and time and the user who is logged in, for which the query is written over here. So now it says the current date and time, and here it shows the user who is logged in, that is Ravi Desai. So for the second question, we have install the course final database attached to this assignment. So I already have the database downloaded on my computer and I'll simply upload it on the command line, which I can do it simply by writing the path where the database is sitting on my computer, and here's the path. So it will install the database on the command line client. So now it's uploaded, and moving on to the next question, we have display the name of all the tables in the database. So for this question we'll simply have to write show tables, which will show all the tables of the Vintage Mall database. So there are 8 tables, namely customers, employees, office, order details, orders, payments, product lines, and products. So now moving on to the next question, which asks display the customer number, customer name, and the sales rep employee number of all the customers whose credit limit is over $100,000. So for this criteria, I already have written the code for all the questions, so it would be easy to execute it while making the video. So in the query, I have selected the customer number, customer name, sales rep employee number from the table customers, where the credit limit is over $100,000. So for this criteria, we got 25 rows as output with all the customer name and the customer number and the sales rep employee number. Moving ahead, for the fifth question, we have to change the email domain from Classic Model Cars to Vintage Mall from all the employees reporting to EMEA Sales Manager. So I have to change the email domain from classicmodelcars.com to vintagemodel.com for all the employees reporting particularly to EMEA Sales Manager. So I have to set the criteria to EMEA Sales Manager for the job title and the employee number, for which the code is right here. So I have selected the employee number, job title from the table employees of the database Vintage Mall, where the job title is Sales Manager EMEA, because we want the email of the employees reporting particularly to this job title. Now we'll select the email column from the table. Which reports through the job employee number 1102. So we can clearly see over here there are 6 email domains. Classicmodelcars.com, which needs to be changed to vintagemodel.com, reporting to the sales manager EMEA. So finally the code is here for that as well. which is the update query. Now it will change the domain to vintage mall from classic model cars. So the query got executed successfully and it changed the 6 entries from classic model cars to vintagemall.com. Now moving on to the next question, the sixth one, which asks to use a sub-select statement to determine the sales manager in whose territory the 3 richest customers reside. I tried to execute this query multiple times, but every time I got was only one rich customer residing inside the sales manager territory. And the code for that one is here. So I have set the criteria over here, selecting the credit limit, the city, and the credit the limit as well, the 3, as we need the 3 richest customer residing inside the territory. So as we can see here, after putting all the criterias, I got the employee number 1102, that is only the 1 richest customer among the 3. I think the data is not given properly in the database. Is this the reason why I'm getting the employee number 1102, that is just 1 instead of 3? Now moving on to the next question. Create a user with your name and a password you select and grant that user select only on products. Log on to the database as that user and prove that this user cannot access any payment information. So first of all, let's create a user with a name and password, and then we'll check in the command prompt if we can alter any data from the table after granting access only on one table, that is products. So we'll simply create the user. I already used the name Ravi, so I'm going to use it, Ravi12. Now let's grant the access to only the table products of the database Vintage Mall to the user Ravi. It's right here, Ravi12. Now let's check it in the command prompt if you got it right. First of all, we have to reach to the database we are accessing right now. So we need to execute the path over here. So here's the path to the database. Now we have reached to the database, and now we'll log in as a user Ravi as we created before. Password set was, so now we have successfully logged in, and let's check which databases we have got over here. So as we can see here, we got 2 databases, namely Information Schema and Vintage Mall in the command prompt, and we'll use the database Vintage Mall for now. So now the database is changed to the Vintage Mall database, and let's see which tables do we have here for the username Ravi, and it should only be the table name products, as we only granted the permission to the user Ravi for the table products. Here it is. So it will only display one table, as we granted only the permission for this table for the username Ravi. Now, as asked in the question, let's try to check if this username Ravi can control the access over any payment information. So let's try to drop one column from the table, which we surely won't be able to do as we don't have the permission. So I'm going to drop the column product code from the table products, and here we are. The error is alter command denied to user Ravi for the table products, so it won't let us alter the data of the table. So clearly the user Ravi is not allowed to alter the table, just to view the table. Hence is proved. So yeah, that's all for now. Thank you.